Hello and welcome to YouTube. My name is Michael and welcome to the freshest build on FudgeMuppet, the dealer. And all you subscribers out there voted him over the Orc Noble this week, so remember to check out Facebook after you watch this build to vote for the next one. So as you can see, the dealer is a Khajiit build, which is good because we haven't had one in a while, and against what you might be guessing, no, he doesn't deal skooma, but he does deal other addictive potions which are easy to create in Skyrim. He keeps the skooma for himself. The key to the dealer's riches is not to get the purity perk and to make potions that have great positive effects but also some negative effects, so addiction means repeat business. This sort of replicates the effects of drugs in Skyrim, and because you are making powerful mixtures, they will sell for a lot of coin at good stores or to anyone else who is willing to buy into a crazy addiction. The backstory for the dealer is that he lived in Bravil within Cyrodiil. He had an unhealthy skooma addiction and had spent the last 5 years of his life with no money, a palpitating heart, and a depressed outlook on life. If this sounds like you, we recommend you don't do what the dealer did next. The dealer began to realize the amount of money that drugs could make, and always having a keen eye for alchemical ingredients and mixtures, he stole all the alembics, retorts, and calcinators he needed, and with a mortar and pestle, started up his own drug lab. He started to make coin in Bravil to fund his own skooma addiction, however realized he needed a larger market. Robbing a crossbow, bolts, and a dagger from a traveler just outside the city, the dealer began to travel Cyrodiil and sell his drugs to all the cities. Eventually he heard of the ruin that the Civil War had caused Skyrim, and so he knew that there would be vulnerable people in need of a fix. Of course, he was caught on the border and had all his gear confiscated. It will be up to you to find a crossbow and bolts again, so you will need the Dawnguard DLC. However, if you don't have it, you can just use a bow. At the start of the game, your fists will be better than a dagger, so take advantage of your hand-to-hand talents. The dealer travels through dangerous paths in order to find ingredients and make sales, so of course he does need a weapon, his crossbow. You can use a dwarven crossbow if you like, however we find the enhanced regular crossbow to fit the dealer's theme a lot better. The dealer isn't your typical flaunting rich drug lord, and so he wears leather armor with a steel dagger by his side. In this video we're using Valda's Lucky Dagger, which gives a 25% chance for critical hit, and you can Google it if you don't know how to get it. He would appear as a rough mercenary to those who don't know him. As you can determine, you will need marksman and light armor, and also sneak so you don't get seen, and can stealth attack enemies with your bolts. The dealer of course will obviously need alchemy to not only invent his drugs that he sells, but also to make pure poisons to coat his bolts in. All the perks you will need can be found in the description as always, alongside a link to our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, so give it a click. The stat distribution for the dealer is half health and half stamina, because your armor isn't extremely strong, so you need to be able to take a hit, but of course then again you need a balance with stamina, so you can roll along the ground while sneaking, and also zoom in and slow time whilst picking shots with the crossbow. The dealer can use ice, fire, and shock bolts if he needs to amp up the damage of his attacks. Think of a sort of utility belt with all kinds of special tricks to play with. This can be helpful if you run out of poisons or simply want to save a good poison to sell. Remember to keep all the skooma you find and drink a lot as well. You are an addict just like your clients. So that finishes up this week's build, and hopefully you've loved it. Remember, the link to the perks needed is in the description, alongside a link to all our social media pages which allow you to vote for next week's builds or simply to interact with us and ask your questions. I'm Michael from FudgeMuppet. If you're bullied for playing Skyrim, you can check out our latest unauthorized wisdom video, and Scott and I will see you soon.